Well, if you think the iPhone 14 is an incremental step forward from Apple, I've got breaking news. The Apple Watch Series 8 is even more incremental. Welcome to EFTM. I'm Trevor Long. I'm legitimately torn here. I mean, it's actually really hard to review a product that doesn't have a major impact on me. I wore the Apple Watch Series 7 for many months last year. Great device, really good. The Series 8 feels the same, does mostly the same things. And really, the only big differences are software that applies to almost all Apple Watches going back to the Series 4. Apple Watch OS 9 is amazing. New compass features I'll tell you about. There's a bunch of things going on there. But in terms of the Series 8 itself, the only people that need to really consider this are people that do a lot of remote country driving alone and do worry about whether or not they might have a crash and end up uncontactable and unable to contact their family and friends. Crash detection is immense. And then women who want to have control over their menstrual cycle and understand exactly what's going on with their bodies. There's so much that the Series 8 can do that no other Apple Watch has been able to. So let's look at those two things because they are primarily the big differences. The Series 8 crash detection has been over-engineered by Apple as always because it needs to be perfect. The extra sensors, the advanced sensors, the gyroscope, the accelerometer, they've been stepped up a gear in the Series 8 over and above what was in previous generations, so that your Apple Watch can detect a rear end, front end, side end, or rollover collision. And that means that if you do have a crash and you're left on the side of the road or in the bushes with no one knowing you're there, your watch will attempt to call emergency services, attempt to contact your emergency contacts, and that could be a game changer, life changer for some people. It's a brilliant feature, but most of us won't go buying something because we think we're going to have a crash. It's just a great thing to have. And by the way, the iPhone 14 has that as well. So if you've got an iPhone 14, then you've got that feature already. If you've got an Apple Watch Series 7 or a Series 6, I don't know why you would be considering upgrading. A watch is the kind of thing you upgrade every 3 to 4 or 5 years. So this is aimed at people with a Series 3, maybe a Series 4, or even further back. This is the most advanced Apple Watch, well, ahead of the Ultra, which comes out a little bit later. This thing's amazing, but don't try and compare it to the Series 7 because it's incremental, very much so. Apple Watch OS 9, though, takes all the Apple Watches to the next level. Let me show you, for example, the compass. The compass feature now allows you to not just tap on the little shoes and get a track back feature. So if you go for a walk, whether it's in the city or in the bush, you can retrace your steps using your Apple Watch. It shows you a little white line on the compass. You can set points of interest on the compass, whether they're where your tent is, where you parked your car, a whole range of different things can be points of interest on your map. That's great. And the compass, by the way, the compass allows you to actually navigate just with the watch. It'll actually move with the watch, so just like a normal compass on your wrist. Sensational. But that works going back several series of Apple Watch. In the end, all those features of watchOS 9, fantastic. They're coming to all Apple Watches from Series 4 onwards. But the weird thing for me as a male reviewing the Series 8 is cycle tracking. I can't do it. I can't track my menstrual cycle. I don't have one. But it is phenomenal what is the potential of this. And it will probably be some months before we really hear about and read about the differences that it could make to the lives of women, especially those who are planning a pregnancy. You know, the temperature sensors that are under the bottom of the watch that touch your skin and ambient allow it to adjust and understand the minute changes in the temperature of you while you're sleeping many times a minute so that it can understand the threshold of your temperature over the course of a full cycle, of a full month. And that is going to allow some form of, not prediction, but look back. It's a retrospective cycle tracking that's going to give you a very clear understanding of the menstrual cycle. And that's going to be great for people who are pregnancy planning or concerned about their health, because variations to a woman's cycle can be an indicator of other health problems. And that, again, things like AFib detection and stuff like that occurs on the Apple Watch, that could be a game changer. So while there's not a lot for me to say, while there's not a lot for me to test, this is an amazing watch. It's fantastic. If I own a Series 6 or 7, I'm not rushing out to buy the Series 8. I'm rushing out to buy the Ultra. That thing looks amazing, but it's $12.99. The Series 8 goes on sale soon, and it's worth looking at all the different color and band combinations, like the new Nike bands which say "Just Do It" on the side. Many people, that will appeal to them because it looks good on the wrist when you're wearing your Nike Just Do It. So those partnerships with Hermes and Nike are really elevating themselves to another level on the Apple Watch. But broadly, that's as much as I can say about the Apple Watch Series 8. Can't wait to have a look at the Apple Watch Ultra.